What in damnation's name did I just read? Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Yelling? No, I wasn't yelling just now. I was merely doing one of my favorite things and having a relaxing time reading an amazing book. So relaxing. You know you're about to go through it all over again by making this video, right? No! Words of Radiance sent me to therapy. I'm sorry. I meant Words of Radiance is the second book of the series that sent me to therapy, featuring characters that sure as hell need some therapy as well. Now let me ask you, are you alright? I don't think so. Listen, you don't have to lie to me. You've likely been here before. Your soul must be crushed, just like mine. That's why I'm here. I'm going to yell my feelings, our feelings, into the vast void of the internet because there's just so many of them. Jasnah. Now that we're here, let me ask again. What in damnation's name did I just read? Did Jasnah really just pull a Kelsier on me and died without warning? Just like that? Ever think of my heart, Sanderson? I refused to buy it, but then Navani's journal hit me like, yeah, no, it actually happened, but deal with it. But then, what happened to Jasnah's spren? What kind of spren is he? And what kind of radiant was she? Is she dead or might still come back somehow dead? You know what? It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm 130 pages in and have only 1,000 left. What could go wrong? Yeah, everything's fine. But now that our queen is dead, who are we simping for? Shallan. You know what's my favorite thing about Shallan's chapters? Sometimes you get something like, then I would be wet, Shallan said. It is a state I've experienced 1 or 2 times in my life. Thanks, Shallan. Very interesting, Shallan. Bet you'll be once more with Adolin around, Shallan. But sometimes you get, that's what you do. A deeply buried part of herself accused her. You distract yourself. You refuse to think about things that bother you. But that was how she survived. Oh dang, this hit me so hard because girl, same. And then you have this. I am a stick. You could be fire. Guys, I finally get the meme. I really enjoyed Shallan's perspective in The Way of Kings and even more so in this book. I said before that I saw a lot of myself in Shallan and it's still very much the case. I feel like the more I read about her, the more I identify with her, which is even more concerning than my connection with Kaladin because I'm told she's the most messed up character around. I guess that says a lot about me. I was very reassured though that we finally got ourselves a decent father figure. A man, a true one. Shallan's father. Not kidding. He's a piece of shit. Hello, daddy issues. Yeah. Part of me hated how Shallan's backstory and toxic household hit so close to home. Her flashbacks genuinely horrified me and broke my heart. Especially the last one. It was intense. All the abuse, the death, the hate, the pain, and my poor Shallan's distress through all of it. She was so small, yet felt this pressure of keeping her family together. Even after her own mother tried to kill her, after her father mistreated her, and after her stepmother told her she deserved to be hit and hated. The sheer violence of it all was too much. I am not okay. But on the other hand, I'm sure you all felt this before. Like Sanderson is writing about you. How many times I was like, get out of my head, mister. There are already too many of us in here. But it feels nice to be understood in a way. People telling me that Words of Radiance is Shallan's book were right. She just keeps getting more and more impressive. First off, Shallan with a shard blade. Okay, I see, we getting hot. I love it. Her light weaving powers are so freaking cool and I won't let anybody say otherwise. Have you seen her use her magics to create a whole new person? Now I know why so many of you joked about Shallan having multiple personalities. If you really think about it, she's like a Stormlight infused Contra. And she mostly casually messed with this group of creepy people called the Ghost Bloods. But even before that, Shallan managed to bamboozle dozens of slavers and soldiers and she bossed everybody around. I would have been long dead. Shallan tries to sound like a horn-eater and makes a new friend. Tin. Very nice. That means she'll either betray Shallan or she'll die.
16 paranoia-filled days later.
Ah, I see. Betrayal it is. Not too surprising. We're not allowed to be happy for more than 3 pages in the Cosmere. Bye, Tin. And hi, the Shattered Plains. Shallan apparently thought the best way to get the most out of her vacation over here is to fall into a chasm. Power move. The weather on Roshar really is bad, by the way. Wind, storms, giant deadly creatures. A place at last on the Cosmere worlds I'd like to live in. At least on Scadrial, you can pile up ash and make ash man. But Shallan is so unbothered, she falls asleep while sitting in the middle of a high storm. That's me falling asleep at any hour of the day or the night. Whatever I'm doing, I just go. So after much running around in panic, Shallan just takes everyone to a parallel universe. She basically saved the Stormlight Archive series from ending right there in the Everstorm. I really don't get why people don't like her. Kaladin. Our international sad boy is back. He was my best friend in book 1, so much that I named my depression breakdowns after him. There are Kaladin episodes now, but this time he was so determined to kill me, it's actually quite offensive. I can't count how many times he got close to giving me a heart attack. Wait, I can't do that. Let's do it. Heart attack number 1. Oh my, what's that sound? Kaladin? He's laughing? I didn't know that was possible. All it took was a horse giving him a concussion. That's it. We found the remedy. Forget about therapy. Just hit him in the head really hard and let him have fun. Kaladin go hop hop hopping on the walls. I'm glad he found himself a hobby. Heart attack number 2. Kaladin went through a lot in his life, but the worst moment must have been when Shallan looked him dead in the eyes and yelled, "Boots!" But despite that horrific moment, they managed to become friends. How? I made a terrible discovery. Shallan's older brother is dead. Amaram has his shard blade, and we know Amaram stole that shard blade from Kaladin. From A plus B equals why would you do this to me? Kaladin is the one who killed the brother. Why? Yeah. Heart attack number 3. 4 shard bearers. That's death staring at you with 4 eyes just because Adolin didn't specify how many opponents he'd have in the duel. I facepalmed so hard I think I broke my nose. Storming Adolin and storming Sadeas. And they even got my baby Renarin involved. But against all odds, they won. This was so tense. Okay, no. Tense? Kaladin just got arrested. He went from honor is dead, but I'll see what I can do, to and for my boon. Kaladin, no! This scene is so cringy, it still physically hurts to think about it. Heart attack number 4. I thought I made terrible life decisions, but Kaladin is somehow worse. Adolin is giving Kaladin a shard blade? That makes me so happy! Wait, let me read the rest first. Knowing Kaladin, he's gonna be dumb and give it to somebody else.
10 seconds later.
What? He's giving it to Moash of all people? Now this is some bullshit. Nope, that's it. I'm done. Really, I pull an all-nighter to read the book and this is how you reward me. With stress and anger. Moash is already so shady. Go ahead and give him the deadliest weapon there is, why don't you? Heart attack number 5. Oh wow, look who it is! A storming Sadeas minion pulls a random lever and the bridge goes Color me shocked. That sent Kaladin and Shallan spiraling down and both thinking they saved the other is hilarious. They can't fly so they had to walk. Shallan referred to Kaladin as Kaladin long legs, and I'm stealing that. Tiny person problem. Kaladin gets super grumpy, as he does, and he tells Shallan the world is not a sunny place, and frantically trying to turn everything into a joke is not going to change that. I hear you, Kaladin Longlegs, but turning everything into a joke is my profession. Look at me, I'm doing it right now. I've got to say, I didn't expect to see a heartwarming friendship form in such a place. Oh, I heard a growl just now and I thought it was my tummy. It was just Kaladin, but this is just an act and we can all see how he's having a little crushy crush on Shallan. Woo! Chasms. Perfect spot for a first date. To be embraced and called a gem heart in the shadow of a massive crab creature. Oh no, run! Cause yeah, remember how I said that we can't be happy for more than 3 pages in the Cosmere? Here it is. Here I am laughing, crying, getting emotional over this beautiful understanding and beautiful budding friendship between 2 people, and then boom! Chasm fiend, go snip snip! Heart attack number 6. Still not being around is the most stressful thing ever. Still, what are you? Psst, 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 psst. Heart attack number 7. Kaladin and Shallan teamed up against me to give me atrocious mood swings. First, Shallan gives such an accurate description of depression, I teared up. Once again, thank you, Sanderson. I feel seen. And the narration goes, then she smiled. Oh, Storm, she smiled anyway. It was the single most beautiful thing he'd seen in his entire life. Well, storm me, I guess. My eyes are definitely leaking now. And it proceeds with, hey, up there, anyone? We're down here and we're making bad puns. Please save us from ourselves. And now I'm laughing, while also crying. May the Almighty save our lost souls. Heart Attack number 8! I absolutely love how the Stormfather only ever shows up to tell everyone that they're on their own. You done f***ed up, my boy! Haha, good luck! What's new? He says he's sorry, but honestly I wouldn't be surprised to hear him giggle. He's such a bully. Yes! My baby seal is back! Kaladin finally spoke the words! These words are accepted! Of course they are, you bully! Go back, Adolin, in your sky or something. Random Syl appreciation because she's cute. Wait, Syl is a Shardblade now? My little heart can't contain all this excitement. Even more exciting, Kaladin absorbing all of the stormlight in the hallway and becoming a human stormlight lamp. And this proves to be incredibly helpful during the party of the century. Because on the battlefield, Szeth is having fun sending people fly into the sky like the damn Team Rocket. And Kaladin saves Dalinar from being Team Rocketed before going along with Szeth, because they're not like other shard bearers. They can't just fight on the ground like normal people. Anyway, that was tense. I'm still shaken. And to finish this part on a positive note, quick shout out to Rock grabbing a random crab and shoving it in his mouth. That's me munching on Doritos at night to eat my emotions. Wait, is Lopin growing his f***ing lost limb? Go ahead and glow, my dearest Concho! Interludes. These first interludes were freaking awesome, and for once I wasn't too confused. Ishanai gave us a great peek of the Parshendi side. Risen, I know her! She's a chicken girl from book 1! She got hurt very badly, but at least she has a pet now? And last we got Yum. This one was more mysterious. No idea who this guy is, and all I can say is that this part had a strange impact on me. I had literal chills by the end of it. Sadeas. Ugh! Sorry, that was an allergic reaction. Sadeas. Need I explain? Everything is in the name. That counter from the last video is still going, by the way. And it's so much worse now that he has allies to annoy the crap out of me. Amaram is back! Great, I'm overjoyed. Please don't allow him in the same room as Sadeas. That amount of Krem energy would break poor Elhokar along with my nerves. The shattered planes wouldn't look so shattered anymore, I'm telling you. Oh no. Did I really just read a whole chapter from Sadeas' perspective? You gave me some serious PTSD, Sanderson, and I forgive you. But this is going too far. Storming Sadeas is still scheming and whispering in everybody's ears like the devil. He lies and manipulates and downright disrespects everybody around him, including his best friend Dalinar, including the king. This dude just doesn't care, does he? So of course he brings his butt to the giant circus at the end of the book, thinking he could do that stunt of his again and steal the show. Not today, Satan! I'd like us all to give a round of applause to Sebariol and Aladar for joining Dalinar in the battle against all odds of victory or even survival. Hopefully none of them will go storming away at the first sight of danger. Aw, poor Sadeas is upset his little minions are following Dalinar. Tell me, Sadeas, how does it feel like when an ally suddenly abandons you, huh? Okay, all of this is nice, but I'm losing patience. Can somebody stab Sadeas for me already? Anyone, please? Elhokar. Oh my, looks like somebody's trying to kill Elhokar again, and that we're looking for a traitor again. It's fine. I love playing Among Us. Everybody's sus. But I understand why someone would like to stab Elopish. This guy, I'm sorry. I hate him so much. There's a square of people in these books that I can't stand, and he's one of them. Amaram is getting on my nerves. Don't know what he's up to, flailing around tall like that, but I don't like it. Moash is a whiny Kremlin with a very slappable face. Sadeas is Sadeas. And Elhokar, well, dude's been failing the vibe check. I feel like I don't have any good, strong reason to be hating Elhokar, but he's generally very much unlikable. But just like with Sadeas, there are some rare moments of pure happiness. Elhokar got stabbed! Yeah! I would be throwing a storming party if Kaladin wasn't also bleeding to death. Something really alarming is that I did feel a drop of empathy for Elhokar when he was like, nobody loves me. And it was the most terrifying experience of all time. Sometimes I really do scare myself. But oh well, I got cured pretty fast, and all I needed for that was a reminder of how much he sucks. Imprisoning Kaladin for no reason other than jealousy? Cause let's be real, he's a coward, and he knows it, and he hates it, and instead of bettering himself, he just lashes at people because he can never be as skilled. So of course Roshon is linked to Sadeas. Of course Elhokar is the whole reason for Kaladin's show of a life. I feel like my square of annoying people will eventually evolve into an impossible shape. Moash. Ah yes, here we go again. My favorite Stormlight topic. Moash is very creative when it comes to triggering me. I'm actually impressed. In the beginning, I thought I didn't like him because he reminded me of 14-year-old me. He was so obnoxious. Oh, but it gets worse. One nice thing is that Moash got some depth in this book with that little backstory of his, which I found very interesting, especially when it could potentially justify, or not, his actions. But I guess I was a little too hopeful, cause Moash, you suck! Trying to kill the king, huh? Don't get me wrong, by all means, please proceed, but you still suck. First, because Moash speaks a lot of trash. He had the audacity to say this about Renarin. He doesn't act right. The way he talks, the way he looks at people, he's strange.
How dare you! I cannot believe the audacity!
Oh, off. What do you mean he's strange? Now I understand. Renarin is a light eyes and Moash has reasons to hate that, blah blah blah. But we're not talking about eye color here, and I'm infuriated. I absolutely cannot stand judgmental idiots like Moash. I've known too many of them and I know what it's like to be the target of their mouth full of shit. Renarin doesn't deserve this. You don't insult the people I love, okay? I worship Vinventure. I know how to punch. Second, because Moash is proud of being trash. I'll be sitting here, chilling, having a good time, and god freaking damn it. All was well until Moash decided to come parading around in his short plate like it's a damn fashion week. You'll never get a page dedicated to you in Adolin's books. Get out of here. Third, because Moash also likes doing trashy trash. I see you being shady and trying to get Kaladin involved. I swear to all the chickens on Roshar, if you f him over, you and I will have a problem. I see you and I don't trust you. Especially when you go to Kaladin and say, you're my captain forever. Oh yeah? Does anybody believe that? I know my hate for Moash probably looks irrational. He didn't even do anything wrong at this point, besides being whiny and annoying. But my gut tells me he's no good. And yes, maybe I'm biased because I was aware of the whole hashtag Moash thing, but it's so obvious he's up to no good. If he's willing to kill the king for his own personal vendetta, then he'll be more than willing to stick a knife in your back, Kaladin. Kaladin has doubts about Dalinar sometimes, but they're the same. They don't realize that their status alone creates enemies all around them. And I can't help but see a repetition of the way of Kings Dalinar and Sadeas dumpster fire. This time it'll be a Dark Eyes that will betray Kaladin and he'll learn the hard way that crappy people are everywhere, no matter the color of their eyes. Shit's going down with Moash. I'm just snacking on potato chips and watching at this point. Is he stabbing Kaladin when we come back to them? Is he miraculously turning on graves thanks to the power of friendship, TM? The answer after a short commercial. Breaking news! Pattern evolves as his friend and becomes a weather forecaster. According to him, 2 different storms are about to clash and destroy everything. Fantastic! Also, Pattern is learning to roast people and I live for it. So, if you're on the Moash side of the movement, you know Moash is garbage and it was no surprise to you when he stabbed Kaladin, figuratively. But that still counts as a stab. Kaladin trusted him and he chose Graves over his captain forever. Ouch. So, I don't know where Moash goes from here. I'm still slightly conflicted, but the bad feeling is still there and I expect him to do worse things in the future. Moash and I can't be friends. Interludes. I loved Ishonai's chapters. Stormform sounded dangerous and I was both scared and excited. Is that Tong? He's the guy from Book 1's epilogue. Hi, do you plan to speak some sense now? Oh, and why does Zahel have an interlude? This one was very suspicious. Short, not very important, or is it? The only thing that happens is Kaladin asking Zahel to help him fight Shardbearers in the middle of the night. It's not like he couldn't have done it the next day. This plus Zahel's use of words and phrases that don't quite fit, and him hinting at a voice, as Pattern would say. Renarin. So we had some complaining done, a fair amount of anger expressed. Now is the part of the video where I get to gush over something or someone. And I mean, did you all notice how cute Renarin is? In case you didn't, he's extremely cute. Cuteness expert here. So obviously, I love my boy Renarin. And I was very annoyed to see how everyone constantly put him down. It even hurt to see that nobody understood him. Now, some of you pointed out that Renarin is on the spectrum, which is something I wasn't aware of. I know what it feels like to be misunderstood misunderstood and judged over something you can't control, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. It's so lonely. And everybody in the book kept calling Renarin strange, creepy, whiny. Alright, but can anybody help him? Look at him walking in his massive shard blade, following Zahel's instructions and jumping off roofs again and again, falling on his face, then his butt again and again. And are we just going to forget how he jumped in to help his brother against certain death? Not on my watch. I'll be here to remind you. He tries so hard, and you can tell how difficult it is for him, but he still does his best. At least he could fit in with Bridge 4. That made me happy. He's so precious. He deserves love and encouragement no matter how strange he is, right, Moash? I could sense his distress, and all I wanted was to hug him and feed him cookies. But I think we'll leave the cookies for later, because I certainly choked on mine more than once while reading this book. Yeah, Sanderson. What's that about Renarin being the one behind the cryptic scribbles on the wall in the final countdown of death? Is this another lie? Am I reading this wrong? Is my baby Renarin possessed? Explain yourself! And on top of that, we had some terrible news. Perhaps the worst thing to ever happen in the entire Stormlight Archive history. Stormlight healed Renarin's eyes. That means he won't be wearing glasses anymore. For real though, can I have the same treatment? I'm blind as My baby Renarin is a truth watcher like me! Now that brings me some joy. Nerd juice! Adolin. Remember how I said Adolin didn't live up to my nerd standards? That's still true. But things have evolved, so bear with me. Adolin developed many strategies to make me like him, and I've got to admit they were effective. Here's my list. We had Kaladin and Shallan bickering, which was fun, but the Adolin and Kaladin catfight is fascinating. They should have their own reality show. And by the same token, I'm starting to understand those of you who ship the three of them. Wow. Adolin and Shallan are instantly attracted to each other. What a surprise. I ship it! Shallan to Adolin. I like to walk. Your hair is nice. If this isn't me trying to have normal social interactions, I don't know what is. They keep exchanging fantastic lines like this one, and I think they are both cuties. Adolin reads picture books as opposed to women's books. And they're not just any books, they are fashion books, which is oddly adorable. I, Adolin Colin, have shot myself in my short plate. Thank you for this crucial information, Adolin, but poop issues aren't really what I had in mind when I asked you to tell me more about yourself. I hope Adolin and Shallan start sexting on their span read with a poor ardent between them. Ooh, I need to draw that. Yeah, I think I will. Adolin put himself in a cell because Kaladin was imprisoned? Okay. Him reading fashion magazines and pooping in his short plate made me have some respect for him. But that respect just doubled. This new friendship makes my heart feel a little better. Boy oh boy, the storm is raging! Humans in big armors on one side, Parshendi possessed by evil Spren on the other, both staring each other down. Can we, I don't know, maybe sit down, have some tea, and talk this out? JK. Unless? Yeah, I don't think any amount of cookies will fix this one. Adolin is given stabs left and right, and now he's fighting Eshonai, and now he's up against Sunsun Truthless himself. Holy chicken nugget! The Parshendi are shooting lightning in the back. An army of crab thors! Oi, Kaladin, you're missing all the fun! Shen says, do not let them finish that song. Now I can't help imagining the Parshendi people going, Somebody once told me the crabs are gonna eat me, because this is the most powerful chant I know. And Adolin got so upset at them singing that song, he began running at them with his short blade. How rude! You could have just asked politely for them to change tunes, Adolin. And after all this, the moment I finally realized I cared about Adolin is when he almost fell into a chasm. I guess I like the lad now. Wait, hold on. I thought I was done, but there's more? Oh my... Did he just stab Sadeas? Somebody actually heard my prayers! Oh god, thank you. Now I can die in peace. Have I mentioned that Adolin is my favorite character? Dalinar. Hi Dalinar, what's up? Same old, same old. What can I say? My man still has those creepy visions, and people still have zero respect for him. I do have some respect for him. He kind of forces me to, somehow, without really trying. That's why I think of him as a strong character. I loved how he believed in Shallan and Kaladin when few others would take them seriously. He gave them a chance, that's good. Can any one of you guess when my respect for Dalinar started slightly wavering? It's the moment he said,
The Knights Radiant have been re-established, and Amaram stands at their head.
Y'all, any of you know when's Dalinar's birthday? Because I've got the perfect present for him. A betraying Kremlin detector. That's right. Forget all the fabrials and fancy Renarin technology. I got this for you. It's called a BCD. Awesome device that goes ding 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 when you're in the presence of a particularly Kremlin individual. Let's test it together. Renarin? Nothing. Sil? Nothing. Amaram? Ding ding ding! Hear that sound, Dalinar? It's the sound of danger. It's the sound of me bellowing you not to trust a square of sneaky little... Okay, Kaya, calm down. You only have so much sanity left. You don't want to... Ha! Amaram just got so humiliated. Oh my goodness! Dalinar, my dude, my guy, my man, I apologize for underestimating you. Maybe you don't need a PCD after all, or maybe you still do. But damn, good job on kicking the butt. That loser just threw away his radiant cape and left. Sorry, I'm too happy. Storm him. Okay, Houston, we have another problem. I completely forgot about Dalinar's wife. What's up with that? No need to feel guilty, I guess. He forgot about her too. But I'm sure that wherever she is, is perfectly fine. Lies. At least I know Dalinar doesn't have anything to do with it, right? More on that in Oathbringer, I guess. Interludes. Okay, so finally getting to meet Lift. Hi, hello, nice to meet you. I am not impressed. Wait, don't send me to the stake yet. I love that Lift calls her magic awesomeness. I agree with her that ages above 10 are cursed, and I find it funny how much she loves food, although it ended up being more of a necessity than just a quirk as I initially thought. At this point, I guess I'm somewhere between she's fun and endearing, I like her, and she's being kinda annoying right now, which at the end of the day is normal. She's a kid, right? She's what, 13? 10. She's 10. We were all annoying at 10. And we didn't even have fun friends like Wendell. Wendell, that Voidbringer, gives us some interesting pieces of lore. He mentions the ring and the mother and being blessed. Don't know what any of this means, but I'm taking note because I feel like I should remember these things. Although I already forgot the context, so this is all actually useless. You know what isn't Wendell? Wendell is awesome. All Sprenar. I can't wait to meet more of them. We have Baby Sil, the Honor Spren, Pattern, the Cryptic, and Wendell, the Gardener. The best one, to be honest. A couple random things. One, I really want to draw Lift under a table with a half-eaten roll in her mouth. Was this done before? If yes, show me. If not, then we should collectively make a masterpiece of it. Two, why do you care? Because someone has to. Okay, but why is this making me emotional? More on Lift very soon. So while Lift is stuffing her face and Wendell's considering new career paths, Szeth is still losing his mind and Stormform looks terrifying on Eshonai. I'm humming to anxiety. Whatever. This guy took his sweet time and I was so concerned. I started seriously believing that Taramike secretly had too much of Capsule's bread and died off screen. But oh no, Taramike is back and he's stupid? Sorry, no, today is average. Which is very relatable because I feel pretty average myself. By the way, if you don't know how Taramike came to be, you have some catching up to do. Taramike started as this suspicious figure hanging out in every corner, but now he's just more confusing than ever. And it's not just his character going from dumb as a rock to being treated like Jesus himself. Look at the weird bits that come before his chapters. There's one that had 0 spaces between words, another had spaces but no punctuation plus random word capitalization. And now it's just numbers? Mike, I understand you're a genius, and I'm even ready to believe it. But please make it make sense? Hold on. I just had a flash of genius myself. Do the numbers replace letters? If A is 1 and B equals 2, can I figure this out? Let me try and crack the code.
5 minutes later.
Never mind. I give up. Looks like today's intelligence is no good. Another mystery would be the whole Night Watcher thing. Vaguely introduced before, this time it was referred to as an ancient evil spren. Maybe Mike has this condition because he asked the Night Watcher for a favor, but what would that favor be? I must say, whatever it is, it was very creative of the Night Watcher to exchange it with an out-of-control IQ level. Also, Mike knows about Kaladin now and it makes me uncomfortable. And he's still after Dalinar! And let's not forget that Graves, the Ghost Blood Guru, just casually mentioned Mike's genius diagram. How? Why? Do you guys know each other? Am I missing something? Mike's interlude was also the longest and the most intriguing. I hate this feeling that I'm not fully understanding whatever's going on and a lot is happening. Too much. Hence why I'm scribbling this video script like a mad woman, and that reminds me of someone. Szeth. Ah yes, Szeth's son Truthless is back, and yes, I still feel bad for him. If Kaladin is depressed, then Szeth is depression itself. The weight I felt when reading his chapters, the sadness that oozes from the page whenever his name is mentioned. Ugh. He still acts like a tool, though he seems to question his messy situation more and more, and eventually it hits him. He's been wrongfully used this whole time. Poor Szeth is going insane at the idea that he was right all along. He never was truthless, always been truthful. And while this existential crisis is happening, other people are allowing themselves to relax. Nope, not me. That's not ever happening. Relaxing? What is that? No, I'm speaking of Sebarial and Polona, just chilling now of all times. I mean, sipping wine and reading a book in the middle of a battlefield sounds like a great vacation in all honesty. To be fair, I'm also just sitting here watching these people fight and die and the whole Parshendi race go extinct. It was just too good of a show. Those fight scenes were incredible, mainly because so many people defied Szeth and failed miserably. That's until Kaladin decides to join the party. Backstabbed by his best friend or not, you didn't think he'd miss that, did you? So Szeth is like, ugh, you! And they start hitting each other with their glowing sticks in a firework of stormlight. Imagine opening your window one day and seeing that. Strangest kind of UFO. Even stranger than that is seeing cute small Syl become several weapons of destruction. And you know what? That's the coolest thing ever. I love it. I love it so much. Give me more. Actually, scratch that. I don't like it. Short blades are dead spren. Anyway, the fight is still ongoing, and as you might have expected, Kaladin wins. But really, it's all thanks to cute small Syl that Szeth is now spiraling towards the ground really fast. And wait, I'm sorry. Did Szeth just die? Okay, are you going to stop faking deaths just to shock me or not? First Jasnah, now this? You know my heart won't be able to handle it any longer, right, author? Cause yeah, I know this is a lie. Pattern and I agree that it's a lie. You can't kill off Szeth just like that. The entire Cosmere universe will blow up before this guy perishes. Well, technically, he did die. But look, he's back! Don't ask me by what Cosmere secret witchery this happened, I don't know. And wait, what is he saying?
I don't want to study. I want to be dead.
If that isn't me. I don't know who the f is talking to. This mysterious guy is just standing there and maybe I should care, but I'm slightly distracted by this voice coming from another faraway land.
Flashback.
Hello, would you like to kill someone today? Wink, wink. What? I'm not even going to question it, okay? This video is already too long, let's just move on. Wit. Oh no, another reason to scream. Wit is back. Ah! I didn't miss him. And I know he's a beloved character and you probably hate me for this, but I still don't like him. Wit says it himself. I torment all people equally. Nah, pretty sure you torment me more than you do anybody else, Wit. Shallan just went ahead and hugged him. Who would do that? I mean, I guess he was nice to her that time when she was small and he was playing messengers. I immediately had the feeling it was him. Wit Hoid, Hoid Wit, but I had some doubts simply because I couldn't fathom the obnoxious flute man being that nice. Cause yes, I've said it and I'll say it again, Wit Hoid is obnoxious. All I wanted was to make sure Kaladin was doing okay, and Wit just had to spend an entire chapter telling me a story about a guy named Fleet. No, if only the story made some kind of sense, I would have let it pass. But dude, it's my soul that's fleeting right now. Quick Navani appreciation cause she whacked Wit with a stack of papers and made him shut up for like a second. Any artist out there willing to draw this for me? Give Navani a cape because she's my hero. Oh, and wax Sadeas too while you're at it. Thanks. Putting all of that aside, Wit does come in a package along with a couple interesting things. Take some of the pre-chapters. Somebody seems to be addressing Hoid, but we don't know how or who. Apparently it's a letter exchange that started in book 1. I don't get any of it, but there are layers and layers of mysteries and cryptic stuff happening. And the problem with Hoid is you never know if it's a true lead or just a joke. He's such a Wit. Look at the epilogue. Tell me you got anything from it on your first read. It's just Wit babbling with some creaking creature.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, at this point, sure, whatever. One creepy thing, though, is that Wit basically says that Odium is after him. Interesting. Is Odium the embodiment of my disdain for Wit? Is wanting to make him shut up the reason he's after him? Interludes. Interlude time! Confusion is back and it feels like home. What in the world is happening in Dalinar? I felt bad for that Ardun they executed, and Elhokar's wife seems as bad as he is. Eshonai's point of view was very concerning till the very end. Her perspective was great. And Taramike, he's doing some Taramike things I don't know anymore. Jasnah, again. I knew it! I ducking, storming, knew it! I told you all that Jasnah would come back. Ha! She's way too important to just get kicked off the chessboard. She's still here and she has much to do. What, for example? I don't know. She's technically dead. But we all know death in the Cosmere usually means new beginnings. So all hail our queen. The Worldhopper Investigation. I usually don't care about Worldhoppers because I'm really bad at spotting them anyway, but this time, Detective Kaya was on the case. This is where the Warbreaker spoilers kick in, so if you haven't read that, you can skip to the outro. Here's all the evidence I gathered. Zahel's interlude really didn't seem necessary. It didn't even make sense from a writing perspective unless the interlude solely existed for hinting at some world-hopping activity. Zahel is a master at sword fighting. Zahel mentions a voice that he used to hear. Zahel's vocabulary, like the word blast. Zahel's appearance, namely a rope belt. People of the Cosmere advised me to read a certain book before this one, Warbreaker. So, to sum it up, Zahel is a character from Warbreaker that wears a rope for a belt, has a colorful language, is really good with swords, and can hear a voice whose name is, just guessing, Nightblood, who also appears in this book. My, I wonder who that can be. Zahel is Vasher. Case closed. Thank you. I know, Detective Kaya is amazing. However, this is not everything. My guess makes sense, especially when you consider the fact that Vasher just disappears at the end of Warbreaker. But you and I know that he wasn't alone, which means Vivenna must be around too. Looks like a new case for Detective Kaya. Although I really don't want to look for Vivi. The end of book 2. More like the end of me, but okay. I don't remember the Way of Kings being this stressful. All I know is Words of Radiance had me taking some Xanax, fetching a bucket for my tears, and having half of the fandom pray for my survival. It might seem like I'm exaggerating, but really at some point, I had to take a break and go read something more lighthearted, something easier to go through, and then come back to finish the book. It took me weeks, but I made it! Yay! And now I'm sad! Yay! Maybe I'm making it sound bad, but in reality, I very much enjoyed Words of Radiance. I'm just an oversensitive person that tends to absorb all emotions around her, including fictional ones. And Words of Radiance is a lot. It's intense, especially with how relatable I thought it was. It made me feel drained, mentally and emotionally, and people have been telling me, oh, my sweet summer child, wait until you get to Oathbringer. So, thanks, now I'm terrified. But before that, I'll have to read Edge Dancer, and I'm hoping that one will be fun. If you're still watching this, I don't know what to say. You are wonderful. Thank you so much for following my journey, you beautiful Radiance. Remember, life before death, conchos! Oh, and Sanderson, thanks for the trauma, sir. I appreciate it. So I just had the biggest shock of my entire life. I went to check the pronunciation of this word, because I have it in plural in my script and I was struggling to say it, so I just went and heard the pronunciation and I discovered that it was supposed to be chasm? Chasm. Do you know how I've been saying it this whole time? Chasm! Why is it chasm? It doesn't sound good at all. Also, dude, it's been chasm in my head the entire time. How am I going to convince my brain that it's chasm? This is absolutely unacceptable. I'm going to sue the English language. This is going too far. So you're telling me it's chasm fiend too?